Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome for the first time. I'm so glad that you're here. Today we're going to transform this regular IKEA Hemnes TV bench into this beautiful one behind me. Basically, I had an inspiration in mind from another company that was close to $2,000, and this is our bonus room on the third floor of our house, so I just couldn't justify spending that much. And one of my favorite things to do is IKEA hacks. I love getting a high-end look for less, so that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Even better if you can find this IKEA bench secondhand. It has to be the Hemnes because they are solid wood. But I've seen so many on Marketplace, so that is a really great option to get this look for even less than I spent. But I hope you enjoy this. As I always say, I'm not a professional. While I did go to school for interior design, we did not learn how to build things. So I'm always inspired by ideas and learn as I go. So if you're unsure about something, do a little more research. I don't want to lead you astray. I always just like to get that disclosure at the beginning. I unboxed the Hemnes TV stand out in the backyard because it's actually a nice day. So I tried to figure out what pieces would be visible by looking at this so that I could figure out what I needed to sand. So this is the top, those are the drawer fronts, those are the ends, and then I need two of these pieces. I think it's this one with the extra holes, and then one of these, which will be this piece and this piece. And I think I need to also sand the shelves, which I believe are these ones here. I'll move this so I can show you before I sand it. This one is one of the shelves that's here, and these ones are these side pieces, so they need to be sanded as well. But I don't think we need to sand the whole thing, but regardless, we probably will. And then the edges. So we really need to sand all of these pieces. Hopefully it won't take too long. And something I'm happy about is I don't see too much, there's not many knots. I think there's a knot here, but I was nervous about when I sanded it that it would look not as good. Obviously I'm gonna stain it and whatnot, but looks good so far. I've got out my sander, I've got the orbital sander, and then I have a corner one that takes batteries, so we'll see. In the past, this one worked a lot better, but I'll let you know how long this takes. I'm not looking forward to it. I got everything sanded that was going to be exposed, and now I'm going to use some of this whitewash pickling stain on everything, and then an actual colored stain on top of that. Look at how white everything is, though. Oops. I just got some of this whitewashed, and I wanted to show you how the color difference looks. So this is with the whitewash pickling, and this is without. I actually think it looks really nice, so if you wanted that look, that's how you can do it. And I think it kind of dulls out the green a little bit, especially in person. The camera's picking it up a little darker. I'm gonna try to stain this, but this is a color I want to use, and there's just not enough of it, and I used it on another project, so I just want to have a little extra. And I can't get to the store to get this, so I have these two other stains that I'm gonna try that I'm hoping might look okay. And I'm pretty sure this part is not going to be seen because it's going to be covered by the drawer. I'm going to double check the instructions and then test down there a little bit to see if it might work, and we'll go from there. I'll let you know what I pick. The first coat is finished. I used this, and then I'm using a different one as a second coat. So it's looking really good, but I will point out that these areas where it's darker, I think is where the whitewash didn't quite cover, because I only did one coat. So if you want to make sure that you avoid that, make sure you do a second coat. I'm okay with it though. Everything is stained. It is still drying, but I think once this is finished, I'm going to build it. I think I'm going to take a tea break because I'm pretty tired. I'm working in the kitchen because it's not a nice day, but I picked up some of this half moon molding and stained it to match the TV cabinet. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut it to perfectly go around the edges of the drawer fronts. There's 3 of these and I need to cut 3 times that. So I'm gonna put I bought a roll of cane, so I'm gonna put cane and then put this around the edges to secure it. And I think if I were to do this again, I would have bought the lattice trim. I think it's about the same width, but it's flat rather than curved. And I think it would have achieved the look I was looking for, but I think this will be fine as well. Here's the cane webbing I got on Amazon. So my plan is to cut it, spray some of this adhesive onto here, press this down, and then use the brad nailer to put this over top on the edges to hold it down. Hopefully that'll work. I think that I'm just gonna cover this up. I don't think you'll really see it. And I'm gonna figure out the knob later. I might just do like the push drawers just because I don't like the look of having one in the middle. We'll see. And even having something at the edge wouldn't look that great. They are finished. I need to do a little bit of wood filler where the nail holes went in, but I think that I'm just gonna go build the drawers and attach that, and I'll fill those after. I'm just getting ready to build the drawers, but I want to show you something I definitely messed up. I didn't think about the fact that these sections were open. I mean, I did, but I didn't. You can see I sanded and stained this part, but I totally missed this. So luckily you can't really tell back there, just this part. So I might try to sand this and then the drawers will go here and cover that. Kind of annoying though. I'm just fixing what I showed you. So I sanded this the other night, so it's wood now, but I gotta stain it. It should hopefully take no time at all. And I also had some touch-ups I need to do with the paint on the wall. So I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna do a soft reveal in my newsletter tonight of this cabinet, because I shared it on my Instagram stories. But I want to do like a full reveal for the entire room at some point. So gotta get everything ready. Since I couldn't find anything that was identical to the hardware that I wanted, I decided not to put anything, and I put these little like push things here. So I don't know if I love that either, but it works for now, and maybe I'll find something better in the future. If not, I can always put the hardware in here where IKEA had the hole, because I didn't fill that. The drawers are in, but I wanted to explain how I did this a little bit better. So what I did was cut the piece of cane just a little bit narrower than the drawer front, and then I placed it on here, nailed in this top piece, took it outside, lifted the cane back, sprayed the adhesive, pressed it down flat, and then, sorry, the cats are all over the place. And then I added on these side trim pieces, and it's keeping it on pretty good. I didn't want to have to learn how to properly install cane, because I know that there's other ways to do it, but I think that this works pretty well. And then any nail holes, I just used a little bit of wood filler, and it matched the stain color really well, so I didn't even have to restain anything. It's all finished and it looks so good. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out. I think the color looks great. I love the caning. I'm glad I was able to match the trim around the edges. And then you can just see a little bit that I have the push open thing for now. I'm not sure if I will switch it to something else, but I think it looks great. I hope you guys enjoyed this little project. If you are into IKEA projects and you're not already subscribed, I do a lot of IKEA hacks and kind of high-end looks for less, so definitely consider subscribing. I would really, really appreciate it. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and if you're wondering about the TV above, that was another project that I did recently, turning a regular TV into an art TV, and it shows you how to display art on your TV as well. So If you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below.